How y'all doing? It's Pawpaw again. God, I ache all over. Whew. After wrestling these tires for a couple of weeks, it just wore my fat ass out. I was in the midst of working on my video about a Taurus 709mm pistol. I want to do a review on it for you, and I heard so much about this thing with Vice President Pence. I just had to stop and make this video real quick, because when you do something once, it's a protest, and you do it twice, it's okay. But when it goes on and on and on and on, it just becomes attention seeking, okay? And that's all these guys are doing now. They just want attention. And this crap about the black man being oppressed, I tell you what, it would carry a whole lot more weight if it was a black man in another country, and it wasn't coming from a black man in the United States of America, where he's earning, in excess of $1 million a year playing a game. I'm sorry, that's just the way I feel. Now, I realize there's white people out there taking a knee too, and it's, totally understand, teammates and all that kind of stuff. There's protests and there's protests. There's right ways to do things and there's wrong way to do things. And let me tell you why it just eats me up, and why I am so proud of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and our Vice Presidents, Mike Pence, for saying, no, we ain't gonna sit here and pay no attention to this. We're gonna get up and leave. We're making a statement, okay? The Vice President made a statement by standing up and walking out. He made that statement on behalf of all the veterans out there, on behalf of all the mothers and fathers that lost their sons and daughters in the war. He made that statement for all the brothers and sisters that lost their loved one in battle. You see, none of these, well, almost none of these NFL football players ever served in the war. That one boy, Army Reserve or whatever, whatever he was serving in Pittsburgh Steelers, he stood out there, by God. He stood out there the way he was supposed to, with his helmet under his left arm, facing the music, hand over heart, which is what the NFL says you're supposed to do, and you ain't supposed to be standing out there arm in arm. But I have to get this point across to you all of why it upsets veterans so very much to see the country and the flag and the anthem disgraced in such a manner. My last tour of duty in Iraq, I was stationed at the Baghdad International Airport. I was on the military side of the Baghdad International Airport. And one thing that we were asked to volunteer to do, this is strictly volunteer. One of the things we were asked to do, and we would get an email on it, is volunteer for Patriot Detail. And Patriot Detail was loading the occupied caskets into a C-130 for their last ride home. And when you load an aluminum casket in the back of a C-130 to airport in Baghdad, Iraq, drape a flag over it, and the person inside that casket is younger than your youngest child, it just tears your heart out. And these young men playing football, they don't understand the message they're sending. You want to say you're against police brutality and all that. That's fine. But come on, the black power shit. Black power. For a black man to stand there and say black power is just as offensive as me saying white supremacy to a black man. Now, if you're black, doesn't that offend you? Don't that just make your blood boil? You say black power, and I say white supremacy. Oh, that's just sick, right? Pisses you off. Well, you want to say black power marching up down the streets? Fine. You want to say it out in the parking lot at the football game? Fine. But don't disrespect your ancestors that served in the military. Don't disrespect your brothers and sisters that served in the military. You see, that old Colin Kaepernick started this shit. My understanding, he was 28 years old. Well, when I was in Iraq, it was 10 years ago. So, I saw caskets loaded into C-130s with young men his age at the time. When he was 18 or 19 year old. I saw 18, 19-year-old soldiers being sent home in a casket. So that's why I will not watch an NFL football game that allows this kind of shit to go on. And that's why the President of the United States and the Vice President of the United States do not want to watch this shit go on. And for all you black people that's going to be responding to this video saying I'm racist and all that other kind of shit, no, I'm not. You just don't get it. You don't get it. I don't care if you're white or black. Now, my first video about this, I was talking about black football players because that's all that were doing it at the time. Okay? And that was then and this is now. I'm not talking about black football players. I'm talking about any football players that are taking a knee or sitting on their ass or hiding in the locker room. Hiding in the locker room. Boy, that says an awful lot to a young man or young lady that is out there being shot at, so your pussified ass can go hide in the locker room. You people make me sick. You little overpaid assholes make me want to throw up. And you don't realize what you're doing to yourself. You're too young to realize. You're cutting your nose off to spite your face. Colin Kaepernick, he thought he was going to be something. He's going to start this shit. And now that nobody will hire him. It would be financial suicide for any team to hire him now. So, these people that are taking a knee and all that kind of stuff, you don't realize you're sending the wrong message. You're sending the wrong message because people aren't looking at what you're doing as a protest against police brutality. They're not seeing that. They're seeing you disrespect the flag. They're seeing you disrespect the anthem. Okay? They're seeing you disrespect your soldiers, your military personnel, your veterans. That's how people are taking it. If you don't want people to turn their back to you, if you don't want people to just turn away and not want to look at you, You've got to find a different way of doing it. You got your message across the first time, but now then it's just become something you want to do. And now then it's trickled down into the high schools and the middle schools and the children that don't know any better. It's a sad state of affairs, ladies and gentlemen. This is one man that will not support the NFL. These people are so rich, they have no idea. They don't have a clue about the regular man sitting out there. About the regular Joe that wants to just sit down and enjoy watching a game of sports competition. But you've politicized everything. We can't get away from politics. We just want to sit down and enjoy watching a game. And you've ruined it. You've ruined it. You know. Again, a bunch of people call me racist, and I'm not racist. Not at all. I'm not a white supremacist. I actually had to go to, because the military requires it, I actually had to go to the seminar about sensitivity training. Being sensitive to the other races and other genders in the military. And this video that we had to watch was a black man standing there and saying, do you know who we owe our civil rights to? Do you know who we owe our right to vote, our right to protest, our right to do this, our right to do that? Do you know who we owe our right to do this and that and everything else to? And this black man says, we owe it to the white man. He says, we owe everything to the white man. Because the white man was the only politicians in office at that time. And white men realized that black people were not being treated fairly. And white men wrote laws and changed laws. White men did that. And yet, all the black people want to do, they want to talk about slavery. My God, it's 200 years ago. And you know, my ancestors didn't even come over here till after them. But you think just because my skin is whiter than yours, I owe you? I don't owe you shit. So quit whining about your oppressed little ass while you're counting your millions of dollars. Get up off your ass. Show some respect to the people your own age that are in Afghanistan right now getting shot at. Get up off your ass. Put your hand over your heart. Put your helmet under your left arm. Face the music if you can't see the flag. Face the flag if you can. And remain motionless for the little bit of time it takes for them to sing one freaking stanza of a song. And for those of you that think it's a song about, oh, it's an old song about slavery and all that shit, well, let me tell you something. That slavery crap was in, if there is any in there, think about it, is the second verse, third verse, fourth verse. But they don't play the second, third, or fourth. They only play one verse. So get off you whiny little ass and stand up and be a man. Be a man, not a victim. Have a wonderful day and a better tomorrow. Bye.